Hi, I'm Elliot. I'm going to take you through our continuous replenishment pick face functionality. It's based on min and max triggers. Once you hit the minimum quantity within your pick face, a replenishment task will generate, topping the pick face up to its max capacity. Let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, what we need to do is set up a pick face location. So what I'm going to do is on the sidebar, scroll down to locations, and then you create a new location for pick faces. I already have a few set up, so I'm going to click on one of the locations I have already set up. It's a racking type location and it's in the correct warehouse. And then to set it up as a pick face, all you need to do is come down to the options where you'll see a few toggles, and then from here you just need to make sure that the location is active, so that's set to yes. We allow picking, again set to yes. And then lastly, it is a pick face. So if they're all them three are set up, you are good to go to be adding this location to your product in order to assign it as a pick face. Next, what I'm going to look at is the account and making sure that I've set up the account correctly to how I want to replenish my pick face and actually pick stock. So what I'm going to do is I've gone to the accounts page, I've selected an account that I've already created, and then I have scrolled down to picking. And then most importantly here is the pick rule. So we've got a few rules you can pick from here. First in, first out, sell by date, last in, first out, and then the best before date. What this means is, and when you pick them, if it is set up by sell by date, for example, this will mean that we're going to replenish the stock with the earliest sell by date, and you're going to then be able to pick the earliest sell by date of your stock as well. And then first in, first out, for example, which is FIFO, we're going to be replenishing the stock with the earliest stock that came into your warehouse. We're going to replenish that into the pick face, so you pick that first. For this demo, I'm going to select the sell by date pick rule and click save. And then what we need to do is go into, and as you can see, I've gone into the product and I've selected the product already that has already been created. And then from here, I'm going to scroll down to the pick face panel where I can edit any pick faces that have already been assigned. I can also assign a pick face as well. So as you can see, I've got one pick face already assigned. What I did to do this was I added a line. I then typed in the pick face that I wanted to assign. So I'm going to do that one. I've then chosen the replenishment type as continuous, which it does default to already. And then I can add a min trigger and a max trigger to that location. If you set a minimum trigger quantity, when the pick face is depleted to below that quantity, it will then generate a replenishment task in order to fill that pick face back up. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same as the above to keep them the same. I then have the ability to select yes or no on the full storage units only tab. What this means is when I replenish stock, I will either replenish full storage units only, so if that's selected, or I will replenish to the max trigger directly, which means it could part pallet, you could break a pallet up, but what it's going to do is going to replenish exactly to the max trigger of 20. Whereas with full storage units, if your pallet is 25, for example, we will replenish that full pallet into the pick face. I'm going to then go ahead and click save and then click yes. So that was just a warning telling me this pick face is being used elsewhere. However, I have selected and allowed that to be the case. From here, we can remove that pick face. We also get a bit of information to make sure that your locations are active. So let's say someone's gone and made a location inactive, you'll be able to see it from here. Lastly, what we can also do is actually set up a location group. You might have multiple locations that are assigned as pick faces, and you want to just assign that entire group to this panel. And what you can do is simply assign that group. Again, I'm going to set up a trigger for it and then click save. And just to show you what that allows you to do from here, you can actually manage them pick faces individually as well. So let's say you've got different settings for different pick faces, you can manage them separately directly inside the group here. Or you can set up the settings for the entire group. And for this demo, I am going to remove that. which you can do just like that. So I've now got the 2 pick faces assigned. The last thing to mention on here, what we can also do is move these pick faces up and down, as you can see like this. The reason that's important is because that looks at the prioritization of the pick faces. So the way we replenish to our pick faces and pick from our pick faces is on a rotation cycle. So once we process picks on a sales order and your pick tasks are generated, the first pick task will go to the first pick face in the list, the next pick task will go to the next pick face in the list, and so on and so forth. So you could have 5 pick faces set up. Each pick task that is generated will go to the next pick face in a cycle rotation. So that's why you can assign and prioritize the pick faces differently if you wanted to. Next on the product to make sure is set up is the shelf lives, which we can do here. So as you can see, I've already set the shelf lives up. My account, if you remember earlier in the demo, the pick rule is set up to be sell by date. And the shelf lives then look at the sell by dates that we can pick for that product. So with me saying the shelf life minimum is going to be 10, what that means is we are going to pick a minimum of 10 days on the shelf life of that stock. And it has to be that, because that's what we have to pick for this product when we are picking it. I've got it set up as the minimum is 10, and I've not set up a max, meaning that's infinite, but that can also be picked up. If I was to say a maximum of 20, it would be looking for that range of sell by date. I'm going to click save on that. And then what we can also do, if you wanted the extra step, the extra level of functionality, is actually go to customer specific shelf lives. So these are the default shelf lives for the overarching product or the overall product. Whereas this is actually, if you've got a specific customer that needs a specific shelf life, what we can actually do is add the customer here. So you would go to the customers page, add the customer that side, and then from here you can actually choose that customer, add the minimum days and maximum days, click save, and when you get a sales order through for that customer, it would be checking against them specific shelf life dates, and that can be done again from here. So I'm going to go into the stock that I've already created for this example. You can see that all the stock that I've created is in my racking location currently. It is 3 pallets of 20, and if I was to add sell by date in here just by using this column manager, I'm going to bring this up just after the quantity before the FIFO date. And as you can see, they're all different sell by dates as well. So you've got the 27th, which is in just over 10 days time, 29th and 31st. They're all different sell by dates. But what I want to show you here is we're going to be picking up the earliest sell by date first, picking that stock and replenishing that into the pick face. I then have my sales order, which you can see here I've already created. So I've used a reference for it. I've chosen the account which this order is for, and then it's come into the warehouse here. I've then created order lines as well. So just for the purpose of the demo, I wanted to create 2 different order lines here just to make it very simple and show you the 2 pick tasks that generate. But you can see here, there's 5 and 14 that I need a quantity of, which totals 19, just below a full pallet. And then what I can do is save and process picks on this, which I'm going to do like that. So that's now processed. If I go to the pick list, we'll see 2 things at this point. So we won't see a location from code yet, because this is the first time that I'm using pick faces for this product, and there's no stock currently in them pick faces of this product. So what we do right now is put that pick task on hold until the stock has been replenished into the pick face. The reason for this is so your pickers on the handheld don't get a pick task for stock that they actually can't go and pick. What we need to do, and what I'm going to show you, is in our task grid here. I'm going to refresh the data grid, and then what you'll see is 2 pick tasks, both on hold, and then it's created as 2 replenishment tasks. One has gone to one of the pick faces and the other has gone to the other pick face because it's above the minimum threshold as well. They're both empty, so we're replenishing the stock into them pick faces. I'm going to go ahead and complete these replenishment tasks, and then what you will see, because stock is now in the pick face that can fulfill the pick tasks, these pick tasks will come off hold into an available status, and then your picker will be able to go ahead and pick that stock. So I'm going to go over to our handheld, and I'm going to go to our replenishment task just to show you. So this is what is used by users in the warehouse on their scanning devices. I'm going to go to replenishment, replenishment by location, enter the location code, and then you'll see the location, the task that has generated for my replenishment task. Just to double check, 2761. If I check my ID here, you can see this is one of the IDs that it has picked up. Gonna go from this racking location, gonna be for this storage unit from, and I'm gonna just confirm the location where that's going. That has completed that replenishment task. I will then click next and select another location. This will be for the next replenishment task. I'm entering that there, add the racking location, scan the storage unit, and scan the location too. So what we can see here, both replenishment tasks completed, both pick tasks are now available. So if I go back to my pick list screen, I can refresh this data grid. You can now see the location from code has been updated, and it has both gone, because there's 20 in each pick face, as you can see, both have gone to the first location that's assigned as a pick face, which is PF110. I am going to pick both of them, create new, and complete all pick tasks. And as you can see, that completes the pick tasks, and I'm going to complete all the dispatch tasks like this. So now they have been completed. So just a recap of what we've done here. We've replenished a pallet of 20 into both of our pick faces. We have then gone and picked 19 from one of those pick faces, which means we've gone below our minimum trigger, which was 2. If we remember in the product, just going back, you can see our minimum trigger was 2. We picked 19, we had 20, which means we only have 1 remaining. That means a replenishment task should have automatically generated. So if I go back to my task grid now, I'll refresh. And as you can see, I have my dispatch task, which I've just done, but I've also now got another replenishment task that's going to the location where I've just picked 19. It's gone below the minimum trigger, and then a user can then go and complete that task as well. What I'm going to show you now is the stock side of things, just to show you how this looks. You can see we've got 1 left in this pick face. We've got a full pallet in this pick face that we've already replenished into, and then we've got the other pallet, which is now in transfer and ready to go to the other pick face because it's below the minimum quantity. Lastly, if I go back to my goods out, over to sales order, I'm going to create a new sales order just like this. So I'm going to call it number 2, the expected dispatch of now. The cake shop, which is the accounts that I've got here, and then I'm going to use the products that I've been using here, which is this one. And if I want to, let's say I want to pick 5, I'm going to save and process picks on this task. So that again has completed. I've now generated a pick list, and if I now go and view that pick list, you'll see that it's gone to pick face 1110. So next, what I'm going to show you is another sales order. I'm going to process picks on that sales order, and then that is going to create me a pick task. And I'm just going to show you that pick task going to the next pick face in the cycle like we spoke about earlier in the demo. I'm going to go to my sales orders. I've got this one that I've already created. I'm going to process picks on this one, but just to show you first, I've got the reference, I've got the account, the warehouse that it's set for. I've got the order lines as well. So I'm going to pick 5 for this one, and then I'm going to process picks, and then I'm going to click here to view the pick list. And as you can see, it's been created. If I scroll down now, you'll see that it has gone to PF111, which is my second pick face. So as you can see, what it's doing is using the cycles like I mentioned earlier. So this pick task has gone to this pick face. When I generate another pick for another sales order, that'll go to the next pick face. So the reason we've done it this way is just so it's balancing the load across every single pick face, rather than putting all of your pickers into one location at one time. And that's the reason that we have this functionality within the continuous replenishment logic. So what I can do from here, I'm going to go ahead and just complete this pick because we can. I'm going to complete all the pick tasks. That will then create my dispatch task. and then I can complete all dispatch tasks from here as well. And just to have a look at the task list or the task data grid, I can replenish this, I can refresh this, and what we can see is my pick task creating and being completed to the location that you can see, and my dispatch task completing as well. And if I go to my stock as well, just in here for this product, which is our test, what we can see is we've still got a replenishment task in an available status because that's ready to be completed back to the other pick face. And then we can see I've still got stock in both of our pick faces, 1 in one of them and 15 in the other. So when the other pick face goes below the minimum of 2, that will then generate a replenishment task if there's stock within the warehouse, and then you can go ahead and replenish that stock as well. And that's in a nutshell what continuous pick faces is. So that's it for continuous pick face functionality. If you need any help, our support team are there on hand at any time, and we have documentation available to help you through this functionality also. Thanks for watching.